Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Let's Get Stoned. I'm so excited to continue to bring these back to you. This again was filmed probably a year ago. It's kind of interesting that it's not really a crystal, it's actually a mineral that we'll be working with today. It's interesting that this has come to my attention. I actually kind of forgot that I had made this video over a year ago. And it's interesting that as I'm working through some health issues right now, it's interesting that this crystal popped up, or I was reminded of this video today. I just found it in one of my computer files, and I was like, oh, I never finished the copper video. So today we're talking about copper. It's a very healing mineral, both externally and internally. So I'm excited to tell you a little bit more about that today. I'm going to let past Allison introduce myself and this channel. But I also wanted to kind of point out just kind of the synchronicities that I've experienced with this crystal, or with just making this video in general, I guess I should say, is I had today, I had a totally different plan for what I was going to do today. I was seeing massage clients, they canceled, and for whatever reason, I just could not get back on track with with the day. You know, it was just like one thing didn't happen the way it was supposed to, and it just totally screwed up my entire day. Including just like what I was wearing today. And usually when I'm doing massage work, I just wear like, you know, workout clothes like yoga pants and t-shirt or whatever, and my hair is always up. I don't worry about doing my makeup because I'm usually sweating when I'm working. So I put this outfit on, and ironically it's the same exact outfit that I was wearing in the video we're about to watch, the meditation part of the episode. So I just thought that was really weird. And then I was wearing this outfit. I stumbled across the video of the meditation with copper, and I was like, I'm wearing the same outfit. Like, I have to film this video today, apparently. So here we are working with copper. How this works is, and I will put timestamps in the description below if you need to skip through anything. Oh yeah, so how this works, geez Louise. So how this works is I meditate, I write down or take notes on what comes up in meditation for me. Then I do research, and then I kind of compare my notes to the research and see if what I picked up was intuitively accurate, or if it's not. And I'm doing this to encourage you to get to know your crystals, to work with, to not just like sit them on the shelf because they're pretty, that to actually use them in meditation. And I sleep with my crystals for healing, because I mean, you're laying there hopefully 6 to 8 hours a day. Why not have some crystal energy healing during that time as well? So I just hope that these videos encourage you to get to know your crystals a little bit better than just wearing them because they're pretty or having them sitting on the pretty shelf. Yeah, I'll let past Allison talk to you for a little bit, and then I will come back at the end with the research that we've come up with, and I'll see you. Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Get Stoned. My name is Allison. I am the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland. And Wonderland for me is a world of my own creation where I can heal, I can be myself, and I encourage everyone to create their own world where they can feel happy and healthy. Today we are working with this beautiful mineral, I guess you could say, copper. These are some gorgeous copper spheres that I have received specifically for the purpose of meditation. They are very weighty. They feel good in my hands. When I opened the package, I immediately felt this like tingle down my legs. So I'm so excited to just jump right into the meditation. So yeah, let's get stoned. Here we go. So how awkward was it that I laid down? It was super awkward. Like 10 minutes is a really short period of time, but like so much is like going through my mind that like I don't think that I'm accurately describing everything that I'm experiencing. We know that copper is a conductor. Immediately, it just feels like it is helping things like flow and go into alignment. Use copper for like we used to use copper for wiring because it conducts energy, and like the reason I have copper wire on this wand is because for one, this double terminated rose quartz wand broke in half, and I put a piece of selenite in the center, but selenite is not a conductor. Ideally, you would want another piece of quartz to continue the flow of energy, but here I've used copper wire to connect the two pieces of rose quartz so that it's as if they're not broken anymore. Copper is a conductor. It's a conductor. We know it's a conductor. That it's scientific. It's scientific facts. What's interesting though is if you think of the circulatory system in the human body as in blood flow as like it's the circulatory system. It's a circuit system in your body. Now it's not actually a circuit system in the way that our brain does have circuits and things that fire. But our circulatory system is a system of the body that is circulating through our entire system. However, metaphysically speaking, meaning, or in other words, energetically speaking, your energetic system is also a system that circulates in or outside of your body, within your body, and we think of our energetic field as surrounding our body, but it does work with these systems within our body. So it's really hard to describe this and visualize it, but your energetic system is not just surrounding your body, it is also like within your body. I hope that explains it a little bit better. And copper is helping to circulate this system. I felt like I needed to lie down, like I didn't feel comfortable with my knees bent, like I'm sitting like crisscross right now. Like I needed to stretch out my legs, and so that's why I laid down, and it felt good to have just like all of my energy centers open. I felt called to just run it up and down like my center channel, like all the way from the root of my body. And I kind of played with both of them. Like at one point I put one on my crown and one on my heart, and then I would switch them and just kind of feel the relationship between the two chakras connecting. And I also just felt called to run it up and down the central channel. Everything was in alignment and in flow. The relationship between the chakras. specifically relates to the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the heart chakra. So I think during meditation, what I was feeling, like I felt the need to like place it on all of the chakras of my body. I think basically is what it's doing is connecting your root to your heart, which then is connecting your lower chakras to your upper chakras, because your heart is in the center. It's also, interestingly enough, like where our physical circulatory system starts in our body. So I think what copper was doing for me is connecting my lower chakras to my heart chakra, which is the center of our energetic system, and also in a way can be looked at as a pump. And specifically for me, when I am doing body work, if I don't feel totally connected and in alignment, I will physically remove energy through my heart chakra, pushing it out of my body, just like a Care Bear does. Even though that would be more solar plexus. Anatomy on a Care Bear would be solar plexus, where they do their Care Bear stare, and that is what I do specifically with when I'm doing body work. If I'm feeling overloaded with somebody else's energy, I imagine that I am releasing it through. And also because our hands are connected to our heart chakra, so when I'm working on someone else's body and absorbing their energy, I want to push it out of my energetic field. I don't want to absorb it into my personal energy system. So traditionally, like if you're doing a meditation to release energy, you're either imagining that you're releasing that energy down through your root chakra and into the earth, or you visualize releasing it out of your crown and into the universe. But that's a lot of work to be doing. So when I'm in the moment doing body work, I am visualizing it. It just comes through my hands and out my heart chakra. So I'm not taking in ever. Because if you think about it, like if I'm taking in people's energy through my heart chakra and then trying to push it down through my solar, my sacral, and down into the root and down into the earth, that's a lot of work to be doing while I'm still working on the physical person. In the same way with if I'm pulling it in through my heart chakra and trying to push it up to my crown, you still have to go through your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, your crown chakra, and then push it out. So, I mean, that's a lot of work. So I visualize taking it in through my hand and then pushing it out of my heart chakra. A long-winded explanation. Copper is a conductor of energy that can be electrical currents, like, in electrical wires and the electrical system in your house and your computer. But it's also going to conduct energy in your energetic field, your energetic system. And I think that it just helps with that circulation in the same way that your heart is pumping and blood through your circulatory system. So it made me think of just the flow of the toroidal field, going up your central channel out of your, can't see what I'm doing, out of your crown chakra, and kind of like, maybe I should do it with this hand, like out of your crown chakra and then turning and flowing all the way down into the earth and then back up through your central channel. So it's like going up and out and down and then up through and then down, if that makes sense. If you Google toroidal. Okay, so I think I'm going to do an entire video on the toroidal field since it keeps coming up in these meditations. That way, instead of my half-assed explanation of, it's like a fountain that goes up and then down and into the ground and then up and then down again. So hopefully I can work on that soon. But again, I think that this is just referring back to copper's ability to circulate things in your body, energetically and physically. The toroidal field. You'll see what I'm talking about. So it kind of felt like it was helping for that energy to flow, which if you have any energy blockages, it might be a little more difficult. So I feel like maybe copper is in some way just helping maybe clear those channels. And I also just want to point out the weight of them is very soothing. And as someone who struggles to stay grounded or has to continually remind myself to get grounded and remind myself, it felt like just having that weight. If you've ever used like a weighted blanket, or occasionally, like I'll place, like if you have hot stone massages, some of the stones in the kits they come with are like pretty big, large stones. And so I like to place those on the body, especially the lower chakras, because it helps you feel that weight push you into the table and helps you stay grounded. For someone like me who is not grounded, when I have weight on me, I can physically feel my body like pushing up against the weight, like I'm trying to escape. Like, no, I don't want to be on here. I don't want to be on the ground. Um, so it's a really good practice for some to help someone get grounded, to hold things that are weighted in meditation, to use a weighted blanket, or to place. I think like sometimes in yoga class they will put like I don't know if they're filled with sand, but like bean bags, and they'll lay them on your body. And some heating pads are weighted, so that's just to really push you, literally push you down to the ground. A one-on-one yoga class, and she used like these weighted sandbag things, and it was the craziest thing. Like I could literally feel my body like trying to escape the weight, like it didn't want to be pushed down. So the weight of the copper itself does have that grounding element, and now we can confirm that copper corresponds to the root chakra and the sacral chakra, like I was feeling. And personally, after working with this for almost a year now, I have not been working with it every day like I had been with the scolecite, but and I'll link the scolecite video in the description below too. But it feels like, and I talk about carnelian a lot in this way, it feels like the energetic form of caffeine, or the crystal form of caffeine. It gives you a lot of energy, to the point where I started taking this morning energy drink, or like energy powder, drink powder thing that has like, vitamins and things that are supposed to give you energy for the day. I started taking that around the same time that I was working with copper, and I had to stop the drink because I wanted to see, because it was like so much energy, and I wanted to see if it was the copper or if it was the drink that was giving me all this energy. And obviously combined, it was just like too much energy for me. But still, working with copper on its own did have that same effect that the energy drink did. So it's like energizing, and vitality is like a big word. Like you feel strong enough and capable enough to like get through the task that you need to get through for the day, and then even maybe have some extra to like get extra things done. So copper metaphysically balances erratic energy. And for somebody who does struggle with like getting grounded, and then once I get grounded, I have trouble, I kind of like get stuck down there. Like I get stuck, and that's when we get depressed and bogged down and it's too heavy. Copper is physically heavy and grounding, but it's also energizing at the same time. So it's really, I would recommend it for somebody who, like me, struggles to get grounded, then gets stuck and has trouble moving again. So it's balancing erratic energy. That is erratic energy, to have it. And then like when I have too much energy, like I can't slow down. So, But moving up to the sacral chakra, it's associated with Venus and love and sex. So it's that like fertility vitality, like that just creative passion vitality that the sacral chakra energy connects us to. It also helps with self-acceptance and empowerment. So it gives you that courage and strength to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish and to do the things that you want to do. Moving up to the heart is connecting you to that compassion, and it takes like the things from your root and your sacral that you want to do and create in the world, but when we put our heart into it, it's going to give us this passion, but it's also it gives us this compassion to understand that, like, not to step on anybody else's toes, not to be pushing anybody down so that you can move ahead, to think about the collective and the bigger picture while still feeling fiery and passionate, but not wanting to like run anybody over while you're like, you've got all this energy and you're just running.
We will come back with some more research and I'll see you then. Thanks so much.
Okay, so talking about the physical properties of copper, and again, this is from WebMD. I just wanted to use a well-known, hopefully factual medical document on copper. So copper within the body helps the body absorb iron, which again is good for the blood, and it helps to make red blood cells, and it also protects your cells. My understanding from what I read on WebMD is, because we all had to take biology in high school, and remember that like the cellular wall is a very thin membrane, and things like bacteria and diseases can like chew through that wall and infect the cell, and that's how we get the cold or a flu or a virus or things like that. And it's actually like damaging the cell wall. So having copper among many other nutrients in the body is going to help reinforce that wall and protect the cells themselves. Some sources of copper are found in seafood and organ meats, as well as nuts, beans, including cocoa beans. So dark chocolate, yay, get your copper from your dark chocolate. Or if you drink cacao or something like that. It's also, molasses is really high in copper, and so is black pepper. So those are just ways to add that into your diet to help make your cells strong and to help the creation of red blood cells in your body, and to also help your body absorb iron. So metaphysically speaking, I love the idea of it protecting the cell wall, and I like the idea of using the visualization of having a copper shield that you can throw up when you need extra energetic protection. If you have to go out in public and you're just feeling kind of like, imagine that you have like a big copper Viking shield, even though I know that they used wooden shields, but I just envision this big copper shield, this like round copper shield that you can hold up and protect yourself energetically that way. And I wrote in my notes Leonardo Davinci symbol ? But I did not hear myself talk about it after the meditation. I don't know if that's something that I thought of like after I stopped filming or what, but I'll show you the symbol that I'm talking about. And it's not actually a symbol, it's a drawing of the what is it called? Oh, the Vitruvian man. And this is something that Davinci redeveloped, I guess you could say, from an even older drawing that demonstrates the proportions of man, meaning like when we were doing figure drawings, if you've ever taken art classes, the person's head most people, I mean, everybody is different and has different heights, but most people, the height of their body is usually I think 7.5 heads. So if you're trying to lay out on paper how tall a person is when you are drawing them, that image is just how demonstrates how different proportions in the body and how to get them accurately drawn onto paper. And I bring this up even though I didn't talk about it in the meditation. It's written on my meditation notes, and I think it's interesting that I felt the need to like lie flat and straight, almost. I mean, I didn't put my arms out like that, but it's just kind of interesting that came to mind, and that's what I felt like I needed to do, was to like lay flat so that it was almost like I needed the current in my body to be straight, like in a straight line. Okay, so just to wrap up all this stuff that we have been talking about, even just holding it right now kind of makes me feel like my mouth is just going a million miles a minute. So just to recap everything, copper is going to conduct and help circulate your energetic system as well as your physical cardiovascular system. It's connected to the root, sacral, and the heart chakra. So basically connecting your lower chakras to your center, and in that sense, like encouraging that flow and continuation of flow. It's going to restore your energy and vitality and circulation again. It balances erratic energy and encourages that healthy energy flow. Physically, it helps build red blood cells, absorb iron, and protects the cells in your body. So that is what you would use it for internally. Do be careful, like you can take copper supplements, but it's not something that you want too much of. It can cause dizziness, vomiting, nausea, that sort of thing. And the same, iron does the same thing. And actually, I'm kind of curious if too much copper causes you to absorb too much iron, and in that sense causes the nausea and the vomiting and stuff, because I know that too much iron supplements has that kind of similar reaction to it. So obviously I am not a doctor. I'm not telling you to take copper internally. If you are feeling like you are deficient in some of these nutrients, obviously talk to your doctor about it, but you can always work with it externally. It's not going to harm you externally. I do want to warn you though, because of its weight and its heaviness, I do not recommend using it as a bra stone, because its weight will pull it out of your bra, and then it's going down your shirt and your pants. Or if you're like taking your bra off at night and it's falling on the floor and you forgot about it, you might hit your toe and it will do some damage, especially a one this size. You can get smaller ones. But just a reminder that it's really heavy. It might not make a good bra stone, so use it while you're meditating. Put it in your pockets or carry it in a little medicine bag or a pouch, your purse, that sort of thing. So it's near your body, but not necessarily going to cause a hole in your pocket or fall out of your bra and damn it and stub your toe or anything like that. So tell me what you think about copper. Have you worked with it before? I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And I'm so excited to bring this series back to you. So I hope you enjoy. Please like and subscribe. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed already. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Okay, one last thing before we close. You may have noticed that there was a little bit of a different format with today's video. Let me know what you think about that. The reason I wanted to do that is to kind of like have the intuitive hits back to back with the research, so that I'm making sure that I'm hitting all of the points that came up in meditation, and then kind of concluding everything at the end. And one of the reasons why I was doing that is because the average watch time I know I have longer videos, and the average watch time is like only a few minutes. Like, so I'm like, if people are only seeing 2 minutes of a 30-minute video, like, what am I, like, I need to figure out how to do something different. Just because I want you to be interested in the information that I'm giving you in this video, and I want you to see it. So let me know if you liked the new format of this video, and yeah, let me know in the comments if the format was better. Otherwise, I can just go back to what I was doing before, which was just the meditation, the intuitive hits, and then the research at the end. So let me know what you think about that. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much.